Hey everyone, this is Charlie the Plug, your host of the Detroit Metro Plug podcast, powered by Empower You Ventures. Don't forget to subscribe so you too can be a part of the biggest empowerment network on YouTube and Facebook. We bring you weekly interviews of Detroit difference makers in the area of entrepreneurship, community involvement, also reaction to business news and community news. This does not happen without your support. Thank you. All right, welcome to the Detroit Metro Plug podcast. I'm Charles McKay, aka Charlie the Plug. Well, we're about connecting people with opportunities, connecting people with information, and celebrating the positive contributions of local Detroiters. So welcome to another episode of the Detroit Metro Plug podcast. This is episode 145. So that's over 145 what we call difference makers in Detroit who are just doing great things in the city of Detroit. And I'm excited about tonight's special podcast. I know I was here yesterday. We had a great topic, but today we get a chance to, in honor of Women's History Month, as we've been having some dynamic women this month of March so far, we have a great guest who's been making an impact in our community in more ways than you can imagine with her organization. And so we're going to get into that. And I'm going to we're live. I want to turn my phone on silent because sometimes I get text messages. So my phone is on silent, so we're ready to go. Before we get into introduce the guests, I want to highlight our platinum sponsor. So I want to pull this slide up here. So this podcast is brought to you by our platinum sponsor, Mr. Silas Williams. So right now, there's different programs for first-time home buyers. If you live in the city of Detroit or even in Michigan, and if you're a first-time home buyer, there's some grant opportunities that you can apply for. Or maybe you are looking to upgrade, maybe get into a different neighborhood. You have young children and you're trying to get into a specific school district, or maybe you just want a bigger house, or maybe you're an investor. Well, I want to encourage you to reach out to our sponsor, Silas Williams of Community Choice Realty Incorporated. Are you ready to unlock the door to your dream home, whether you're a first-time home buyer or looking for your next perfect place? Silas Williams with Community Choice Realty is here to make that process smooth and stress-free. With expert guidance, a personal touch, and a commitment to helping you find the right home, Silas is a realtor you can trust. You can call or text him. The number and email is on the ticket banner on the bottom of the screen. You can text him at 586-251-7252, 586-251-7252, or send an email to silas.williams@gmail.com, because your dream home is just a key turn away. All right, so let's introduce our guests. I'm going to bring this screen here. Let's see. There we go. All right, so we're excited on this episode. I'm going to do an introduction, but I actually want to show a clip that she was not a few years back. She was on the news. Let me show this clip so you guys can get a feel of our special guest.
I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a businesswoman, a CEO. I'm driven. I'm career-oriented.
Meet Alison Vaughn. It's safe to say she wears many hats.
It is a lot of responsibility. Being an entrepreneur and overseeing 2 offices, 10 employees, hundreds of volunteers, and then helping people get back on their feet. It is a lot of responsibility, but it is a great responsibility.
Alison is the author of 2 books, Inspired Style, a book about looking your best, and Miss Goal Digger, spelled Goal, a book to help women achieve their goals. She's most known for helping men and women dress for success with free workforce clothes through her nonprofit, Jackets for Jobs, now in its 20th year.
What does Black History Month mean to you?
You know, as a mom of a young daughter, I tell my daughter the ABCs of Black History Month. I say A is for achievement for what African Americans are doing. We've made a lot of great strides. B is for Barack Obama, our first African American president. C is for civil rights, and know your civil rights, know your history.
And when it comes to history, Allison not only has been helping Detroiters land jobs for nearly 20 years, she was recently acknowledged for her efforts. She's featured in Fortune magazine, Entrepreneur magazine, and Our Detroit magazine. But what she wants to be best known for
Is knowing that I'm helping someone else. That's my goal, is to be able to help other people. I want people to say, Alison Vaughn, she helped me find a job. Alison Vaughn, she assisted me in getting to the next step.
Why do you think Black History Month is still needed today?
Oh my goodness, Black History Month is definitely needed because we need to show all the different accomplishments that African Americans have made. We've made a lot of accomplishments, we've made a lot of strides, but we still have a long way to go.
And as she continues to make her mark on Black history, she had this to say to those who are coming after her.
Work hard and give back. I've never seen a giver go poor. You know, it's all about giving back. When you give back, you sow those seeds, it comes back to you. And that's what I believe in doing, just sowing seeds, doing good for other people. And then it just naturally comes back. I want to leave that legacy of helping somebody because we all need help.
All right, so that was a clip of our guest. I don't even know if I need to read an introduction, but I'm going to read just a little bit. That was awesome. Thank you, Channel 4, for that clip and that interview. That people believe that was a few years ago. So our next guest is a award-winning entrepreneur, author, and founder and CEO of Jackets for Job Incorporated. Crane's Business Detroit has honored our next guest as a notable woman in nonprofits. She has taken this nonprofit organization to great heights. Jackets for Jobs is an award-winning nonprofit organization that provides employment etiquette, career skills training, and professional clothing to low-income individuals. In 2021, the organization received the high honor of being one of the best and brightest companies to work for in the nation. Since opening its doors in 2000, Jackets for Jobs has assisted more than 30,000 individuals in pursuit of employment. This high-profile organization has been recognized by ABC's The View, NBC's Today Show, and Oprah's O Magazine. She is a sought-after public speaker nationally and internationally. She is educated right here, city of Detroit, and went to college at Michigan State. Go Green. And so there's a lot I can read from, but I'm gonna let her tell a little bit more about herself. So welcome to episode 145, none other than Alison Vaughn.
Oh my goodness, thank you. That is fun. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes.
You have an awesome podcast.
Yes.
I know that there's a waiting list to get on your show. So thank you for squeezing me in.
Yes,
and so
yes.
I thank you for that great introduction. And yes, that clip from NBC, that was a while back, but it's still relevant. I still think of my answers and thoughts are still the same as that interview. And I just appreciate all that you're said about Jackets for Jobs because we're celebrating 25 years.
Yes.
And so thank you for having me on for Women's History Month because the timing is so perfect to be on your show.
Yes. It's an honor to have you here. I like to give a backstory for our audience so that they can kind of get to know. Of course, they saw the news clip. They may have heard about you in the community, maybe personally been impacted with clothing and business etiquette. But just kind of give us a little bit about yourself, the backstory before Jackets for Jobs was created.
Oh, goodness. Well, I am born and raised here in Detroit. You know, before we started, we were talking about East Side, West Side.
Yes,
West Side, I'm West Side. And I started Jackets for Jobs 25 years ago, sort of out of a catch-22. You know, in order to look nice for a job interview, you have to be presentable and have a suit. But in order to pay for a suit, you have to have a job. So it's kind of a catch-22. And so I saw a need in the community. And that's what I always tell people that want to have their own business. Find a problem and find a way to for the solution. And that's how you do business. And my favorite TV show is the Shark Tank because they talk about if you see a need and you can solve it, there you go. And so Jackets for Jobs solves a need in the community. We're helping job seekers overcome barriers. And so many people don't work because either they have childcare issues as to why they can't leave their house and go to work. They have transportation barriers where they don't have transportation to get to work, or they don't have the proper clothing to look presentable and feel good about themselves to go to work. And so we solve that barrier of helping them feel good about themselves, look presentable, not only to get a job, but to keep a job. So that's our mission. And it's still important today as it was 25 years ago. And so that's the beauty of the mission of Jackets for Jobs.
Wow. And I like that how you were solving a problem. A lot of people, when they're trying to, better their life and transition to whatever situation they're in, trying to move up the ladder,
Right.
They may not have the proper clothing.
Exactly.
And if they don't have a job, how do they get that? And so this was a great resource. Now, was this something that, when did this get started for you and planted in your heart? Have you always been into philanthropic work? Did you see your parents or something you saw? Or you saw something on TV or something? What was the birth of this?
The birth of it? Actually, no. So you mentioned I'm a graduate of Michigan State. I actually started off as a communication major at Michigan State. And then I changed my major to political science.
Okay.
And then I ended up receiving a Bachelor of Science degree. So I went into business. But after I graduated from Michigan State, I started working for United Airlines. So I never saw myself as an entrepreneur or starting my own business. But Jackets for Jobs was actually birthed out of a tragic situation. A lot of things were happening 25 years ago. And one of them, and the main reason why I started the organization, was my half sister who died of cancer. And so after our father died, she went her way, I went my way. And then I wanted to see her after our father died, but many years went by. And so I called our aunt and said, I want to see Cheryl. I want to know what she's been doing. So she reunited us, and we got together, and we were sitting on the porch, and we were in the rocking chair. And I'm like, Cheryl, what have you been doing all these years that we've been apart? And she said, I'm dying of cancer.
Wow.
Would you believe 6 months later she died? So we hadn't been in each other's lives all this time. And then we get into each other's lives, and then she dies.
Right.
So I was helping with the funeral arrangements. And that's when I found out that she was on public assistance.
Wow.
And I said, I don't want to see any other woman in that same situation.
Right.
So I said, I want to do something to be able to give back to her and other women that are in her shoes. And so that was the main reason why I started the organization, as a tribute to my sister.
Tribute to your sister. Wow. Well, we wanted to honor your sister. So when you got started, did you just put the word out among family and friends like, hey, we want to help people with getting a job? Did you donate whatever jackets or clothing or suits? Or how did it all get started?
I didn't know much about starting my own business. So what I did 25 years ago, I went to the library and I Googled how to start a nonprofit. And I did all of the Google, So
Google was out at 25 years ago?
No, I should say I went to the library, but it wasn't.
Okay.
So I didn't have Google, I should say.
Okay.
And so I went to the library and I started researching. So the book Dummy series?
Yeah.
So I did grant writing for dummies.
Right.
Fundraising for Dummies.
Right.
I did all those series.
Right.
And interesting enough, the Detroit Free Press did an article on me and was asking the same question you asked, how did I get started? And I said, well, Google wasn't out at that time, so I had to go to the library and do the Dummy series.
Right.
Well, the company, the owner of the Dummy series heard about it.
Right.
And a couple years ago, do you know they mailed me all of their books on dummies, gardening for dummies, how to write a resume for dummies, how to be present on LinkedIn for dummies, all the dummy series. And they were so impressed as to me starting a business based on the book of the dummy series. I thought that was so cool that they sent me all those books.
Yeah.
So that's basically how I started, because I had no family members that were entrepreneurs that would. So the library was my best friend. Now people can do everything on their cell phone through Google. You know what I mean? They don't have to go to the library to figure out how to start a business. Everything is right at their disposal with the cell phone. Okay.
Wow. So you did your research, and did you have like a place where people could donate at the time, or how did you doing out the back of your trunk, or?
Good question. So remember, I was saying that I was worked for United Airlines. I hired flight attendant. Well, first I was a flight attendant, and then I hired flight attendants. So one of my flight attendant flying partners, I was telling her about what we were doing. We were sitting on a plane, and I said, I'm starting this, organization where I want to give out clothes and help job seekers.
Yes.
And she says, well, I attend Little Rock Baptist Church.
Okay.
And my pastor is Reverend Holly. I'll call him and ask him, can he help you? So Reverend Holly called and says, well, I have some space on the second floor of the church.
Okay.
And it's like a small little closet, but you're welcome to have it for free. And, you can operate out of there. So I went and bought, do you remember the show, the store Winkleman's?
Yeah, Winkleman's, yeah.
Okay, so that tells you how long ago it was because they're out of business. Well, Winkleman's was going out of business, and I had some racks. I bought some racks from them.
Okay.
And so I got a couple racks. I took them over to Little Rock Baptist Church, and then I started over there.
Okay.
And so I'm forever grateful for Little Rock Baptist Church. I'm forever grateful to Reverend Holly.
Yeah.
And then I stayed there for like 2 years. And then I moved over to the Samaritan Center, which is on the east side of Detroit.
Oh, okay. Well, shout out to Reverend Holly and Little Rock Baptist Church. You got your first start there.
Exactly.
Providing that space.
Right.
So it appears now, 25 years fast forward, it has grown. What are some of the highlights of the organization?
A lot of wonderful highlights. And I owe my success to my staff, my employees, because without them, Jackets for Jobs would not be without it,
Okay.
And I owe it to my mother also, who has been a big supporter. So I just, no one is an island. No one can do it by themselves. And so I credit my friends, my family for, being there for me. And so I have a lot of highlights. Let's see. Well, one of them was ringing the closing bell on NASDAQ. I thought that was so nice. I mean, to be a part of the world trade, going to New York and seeing Jackets for Jobs name in the middle of Times Square.
Wow.
And to ring that bell. And not only once, but we did it twice.
Okay.
Yes. The first time we did it, the market was down. The second time we did it, the market was up. So it taught me a little bit more about the stock market, and just to be a part of something worldwide was a big highlight. I think that's one of my favorite highlights, even though we have many of them.
Okay. Who would you say the program, when it got started, who was it for, and what are some of your community partners?
So I thank the city of Detroit Employment Solution Corporation, DESC for short.
Yeah.
Without the city of Detroit, Jackets for Jobs would not be where it is today, because we've partnered with Detroit's Workforce Development Department.
Okay.
And so our clients come to us from Detroit at Work. So if they register with Detroit at Work and they have a referral slip, they can come to Jackets for Jobs. So that's our main partner. That's who I give all of our kudos and thanks to.
Okay.
But we also have other partners like Comerica Bank, TJ Maxx, Domino's Pizza.
Okay.
And so those are some of our supporters that really have been there for us. They believe in our mission statement, and so many other like sororities, fraternities, churches.
Right.
They support us and believe in our mission.
Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. So when they get referred, like the Detroit Workforce Development or these other organizations like shelters or something, what do they get when they come to your place?
They get a complete outfit. So we can outfit from head to toe.
Head to toe.
Men and women.
Not just a jacket. They get pants, socks, stockings, shoes.
Exactly.
They get purses. I don't know what.
Yes, they get it all. So we believe in providing the complete outfit.
Okay.
So our mission started with just working with women.
Okay.
And then in 2008, TJ Maxx came on board and said, we're going to help you out and supply clothes. And then at that time, people were like, well, what about men? Men need help as well.
Yes,
so then we started branching out to service men. And so we work with a lot of reentry program, as well as other shelters. So they receive, if it's a man, pants, shirt, tie, shoes, down to the socks. And then for women, the complete, whether it's a dress, a skirt, and outerwear as well. And so the play on words is jackets, meaning all type of clothes.
Right.
Any type of clothes just for a job. So we're there. And we
get the whole outfit.
The whole outfit, yes.
Now, do they have to have like proof that they're going on an interview, or how does it normally work?
The organizations that refer them to us, they do all of the pre-screening. So when they register with Detroit at Work, they're in the system.
Okay.
They're in a database. So they'll let them know if they have a job interview, job search, and they come to us. So we don't have to do all of that background.
Okay.
But we have to have a referral slip because we don't want Joe Blow or
Yeah,
whoever off the street like, oh, I heard Jackets for Jobs.
Let me get an outfit for a Friday night date night. Let me go to Jackets and Jobs and get me an outfit so I can impress someone. Okay.
Exactly. And so I don't know if we posted it on Jackets for Jobs Facebook page, but last week we had a gentleman that was in the dressing room and he was singing and dancing.
Right.
And so when he came out of the dressing room, he was just dancing away. So I said, what are you dancing about? I said, you're so happy. I said, can I get a testimony of what you're so happy about? And he said, sure. And he said, well, I'm happy because this is a Steve Harvey suit.
Oh,
yeah. So like you said,
I have a Steve Harvey suit. Yeah.
So when you mentioned about looking nice and they just come to Jackets for Jobs to get a suit for a Friday night or whatever, it just reminded me of that gentleman that came because he was so happy with the Steve Harvey suit. So I don't know who donated it because we get so many donations, but he was just so happy.
Yeah. That's a great segue to sharing that personal story about that individual who's excited. Any other stories or people wrote emails or letters as a result of the benefits of your organization you'd like to share with our audience?
We do. And actually at our 25th anniversary next week on March the 20th, we're going to have several of our past clients come up and give testimonies of how they started out with us and now the success of what they're doing now. So we actually keep a box of tissue because we have so many success stories that we're crying like, oh my gosh, they'll come to us and say, I was homeless. I was sleeping in my car. I was referred to you. And I got a nice outfit. I went for the job interview. Now I have the job, and now I have an apartment, and now I'm doing well.
Yes.
So we have a lot of those stories that put us in tears because we're like, oh my God, I'm so happy that we were able to make a difference in your life.
Wow, wow, wow. I want to give some air horns. Wow. So that's great. So that kind of segues into this upcoming event, 25 years. So what I'm going to do, we're going to do a quick commercial break. We're going to come back. We're going to show people the live website and more information about this upcoming event, how they can get tickets, and all the details. So we're going to do that. We're going to take a quick break, and then I'm going to show a quick commercial announcement, and then we're going to get right back into the specifics of this great event that's coming up next Thursday.
Wonderful.
Hey, Detroit. Are you a Detroit area small business owner, entrepreneur, leader of a nonprofit organization, or a business service provider? And are you looking for ways to share your product, service, or your programs with a local Detroit audience? Let us help you increase your reach by becoming an ad sponsor with the Detroit Metro Plug podcast powered by Empower You Ventures. Our weekly video podcast is a growing local feature on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn that focuses on local business and community news. This gives you a chance to connect with local Detroit customers or clients. We offer cost-effective ads to fit your needs. Click the link to learn more about our current ad specials. And remember, connections matter. This is Charlie the Plug with the Detroit Metro Plug podcast.
All right, we're back. Let me highlight our platinum sponsor again. If you're in a market to purchase a home, you're a first-time home buyer, you're looking to maybe to invest or upgrade your home or move to a different neighborhood, maybe looking for a different school district, whatever those needs are, I want to recommend our sponsor, Silas Williams. Are you ready to unlock the door of your dream home, whether you're a first-time home buyer or looking for the next perfect place? Silas Williams with Community Choice Realty is here to make that process smooth and stress-free with expert guidance, a personal touch, and a commitment to helping you find the right home. Silas is a realtor you can trust. Call or text him at 586-251-7252, 586-251-7252, or you can email him at silas.williams@gmail.com. All right, so let's be getting back to to our guests. For those who are joining us, I see some live people watching us live, giving us thumbs up. If you have a question or comment, and maybe you're watching and you've been impacted with Jackets for Jobs, you want to recognize you. So, and if you're finding value in what we're doing, please like, subscribe, share. We want to show the algorithm on social media that positive content matters too. So the more you like, subscribe, and share, it lets the social media streets know that, hey, if we're about positive content, that's important too.
Wow.
All right, so we've talked about the backstory of Jackets for Jobs, the impact you've had, and I want to go specific about this upcoming event. So 25 years. So share a little bit about what people can expect and more about this event.
Oh my God, I am so excited about this, Charles. So our 25th anniversary celebration is going to take place Thursday, March the 20th at Motor City Casino, and it's going to be a breakfast. We're going to have a fashion show from the Michigan fashion industry. And then we're going to have two honorees that have been very instrumental in playing a role in Jackets for Jobs. One is going to be Dennis Archer Jr., who has donated a lot of clothes to Jackets for Jobs. He has supported our mission of empowering Detroit job seekers. And then we're going to have Karen Humes, which is a retired TJ Maxx district manager, because as I was mentioning, TJ Maxx has had a great impact on Jackets for Jobs. So we're going to honor those two. And then we're going to have a wonderful keynote speaker, which is Cynthia Bailey of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And our team selected Cynthia Bailey because she's all about women's empowerment. Yeah. She is a model, a fashion person, and we are all about fashion and making sure that people look professional. And so she has a couple of business ventures, and she's right now going on this weight loss journey. And every woman can relate to weight, whether you're losing weight or gaining weight. Every woman can relate to that. So she's going to talk about things that can really that our audience can relate to. So we're looking forward to that. So it's going to be great. And they can go to our website. And we only have a few tickets left, because once people found out about Cynthia Bailey as our keynote speaker, because she has like 41 million followers on Instagram.
Wow, 41.
Yes, 41 million on Instagram. So she has a huge following. And so she did a big shout out last week. But I'm looking forward to coming to Detroit. Come on, Detroiters. So the tickets just started selling like hotcakes. And so we only have a few left. So I want people to go to our website and get a ticket. Okay. All right. So I got the flyers up where people can see the QR code. Right. And also you can go on Eventbrite. I think the ticket starts at $65 or something. But you know what I'm going to say? And then my staff will probably get upset. But because we're on your show, if they go to Eventbrite and put in the promo code Runway, they'll get a discount. Okay, you hear that? But that's for your viewers. Okay, I don't know if there's a deadline, but I would if you're watching, get on tonight. Put in Runway in the promo code on Eventbrite, and you get a discount. And you can see here, there's the keynote speakers on this flyer here. Exactly. There's Dennis Archer Jr. There's the lady from the Karen Humes, the district manager for TJ Maxx. Yes. Yeah. So that's awesome. Now we have a comment here. Let me see here. Oh yes, there's a comment. Thank you for watching the podcast, Casey Beeman. Sounds like a cool event. Thank you for watching and supporting independent media. Thank you, Casey. Thank you so much. And she's Casey says it sounds like a cool event. Yes, it's going to be a cool event. And like I said, we're almost sold out, because we're going to have a wonderful fashion show. We're going to have a great keynote speaker. And you're going to have a breakfast as well. So it's going to be really nice. And the Motor City Casino Ballroom has really done a wonderful job. And it starts at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. It's just from 10 to 12. So it's going to be jam-packed. March the 20th. Yeah, 10 to 12. Only 2 hours. Just from 10 to 12. So they can come, get a breakfast, see a fashion show, hear a speaker, and then they can get back to work. Yes. Go to work in the afternoon. Okay. Sounds like a real great event. What's the dress business casual? Exactly. Business casual, free parking. And you don't have to go to Jackets for Jobs to come to. No, just look in your closet, business casual, come comfortable. And that's the purpose of the fashion show, is so they can see some new fashion, some spring attire. We're going to have about 6 different Michigan fashion designers that are going to be showcasing their fashions at the fashion show, which is really, really nice. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. So
what do you hope to celebrate the 25 years? What's next for Jackets for Jobs?
You know, when people ask me what's next, I've been doing this for 25 years. I'm guided by the Lord, everything that I do. So I consider this like a ministry. You know, God led me to make a difference in the community. So however God leads me, if it's 25 more years doing Jackets for Jobs or doing something else. So I listen and I follow the lead and the voice of the Lord to whatever
Okay.
else is next for me.
Okay.
So I enjoy what I'm doing. I even say if I won $1 million, if I played the lottery and won $1 million, I would
Yes.
still do Jackets for Jobs.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Awesome.
that's the beauty of it. When you do something that you love and you could,
Okay.
you know, just keep doing it. So that's my goal.
Any other programs or things that you didn't mention that you guys provide?
Yes. So we're kind of celebrating all year. We're doing a lot of different programs. So April the 10th, we're doing what we call a Smart and Sexy event, which is women's empowerment.
Okay.
We're going to have some speakers. We're going to have a luncheon,
Right.
and we're going to be giving out different little gifts for women's empowerment.
Right.
And then the end of April, which is a huge event, we have a partnership with Comerica Bank, and that's our prom dress giveaway.
Oh,
and that's the last week in April. So they can go to our website, or they can go to Comerica Bank's website. And Comerica Bank and Jackets for Jobs partnered like 3 years ago to give out prom dresses, and we're going to be doing it again the end of April.
Okay. All right. And what's the best way our audience and those who watch the replay can support your efforts with Jackets for Jobs? I'm going to bring up a slide of the website that shows the mission statement. But what's the best way that we could give support?
Oh, they can support in so many ways. One, financial, where they can go to Jackets for Jobs website and give a financial donation. Clothing, they can look at our website for the things that we're looking for, so we can continue to clothe other job seekers. If there's companies out there and they want to do a group volunteer day, like for example, yesterday we had Fifth Third Bank came and they helped us with all of our donations. So we are always looking for corporate sponsors to come and support us, or individuals to donate, or individuals to make a financial contribution.
All right. So we want to encourage our audience to donate. I'm going to pull up the actual website here. And I'm going to kind of do a live look at the website.
Oh, wonderful. I appreciate that.
So
there you are, Jackets for Jobs, best and brightest.
Yes. And so
there's our staff right there.
Staff.
Those are the ones that are image consultants. They're the ones that dress and outfit everyone. So I appreciate them.
Okay. And here's where they can donate. We'll just donate today. Volunteer or programs. Okay.
Yes. So
and they can donate clothes. Now I saw on the website where you recommended that they had to be clean, dry clean on a hanger. You just can't just have a bag.
Exactly.
This is not to disparage the goodwill of Salvation Army, but
and that's why we have so many things, because we don't sell the things where Salvation Army and Goodwill sell them. And so people's like, I don't want my things sold. You know, these clothes were near and dear to me or whatever. And so we ask that they're clean, because these are people that are going for a job interview. They don't have time or the money to go have them clean, or they might not have a washer and dryer at the time. So we want them clean so they can take them right for our hanger, put them on, and go for a job interview.
So make sure if you're donating, please have the clothes ironed, clean, take them to the cleaners.
Exactly.
So you can donate clothes,
shoes, accessories. They can donate all of those things. Even umbrellas.
Umbrellas, okay.
Because we have some of our clients stand at the bus stop and don't have an umbrella. So we think about that.
And so if you have, if there's someone in your family loss of a loved one that has clothes, good clothes, get them clean, take them to Jackets for Jobs. Now I think on one of I think it was on here where they can go to the two centers, one on the east side where they can actually take up donations.
Right. So we have two locations. Thank you for mentioning that. We have two locations. One is on the west side, which is that Northwest Activity Center, which is on the corner of Curtis and Meyer.
Okay.
And then we have the office on the east side, which is inside the Samaritan Center, which is on Connor, right down the street from Wayne County Community College, East Side District.
And we're showing on this website the address.
Right.
On the east side is 555
Connor, yes, it's Suite 2097 inside the Samaritan Center.
Okay.
And then the west side, 18100 Myers inside of
Now, what's the times they can donate? Can they donate on the weekend, during the week?
Monday through Friday from 10 to 2.
Okay.
And so I ask that they call us first. Don't just drive up, because right now, for example, we're full on accepting men's things, and we won't accept them until April 15th.
Okay, you're
Yes,
full.
right.
What does that mean? You're full. Like, what's the capacity of
So
how many people you serve?
Right, so meaning full, that our racks are full of things,
full of
and
storage.
our storage is full, because we've had a lot of companies that have done clothing drives, which we're extremely appreciative and grateful.
Yes.
But right now we're bursting at the seams. But we're taking so many people that our inventory will deplete pretty soon. So in about a month they can start back to donating. So we ask that please call before you just show up.
And how can they volunteer?
Give us a call, because we have a lot of different areas and different things that they can do to support our mission. And our volunteers are the backbone of what we do. Yes.
Okay. So, all right. So volunteer, donate. You can give cash. When they donate cash, is there, let me see. I'm going to pull up on the website.
Everything is tax deductible.
Okay.
So if you're looking to make a donation, everything is tax deductible.
Okay.
So that's a great thing. So if you're, looking and say, oh my God, I need some deductions for, when I do my taxes, think of Jackets for Jobs.
Okay. And I'm actually hitting the donate now button, so it shows.
Right.
Okay. Money donations. Okay, there it is.
There it is.
There's the money donation. So money, clothes, make sure they're clean though. And take them to the cleaners.
That's right. Right. We don't want holes in them. We don't want cigarette smoke and smell or anything like that.
At this point, you said you're maxed out on men's clothing.
Right.
So when would that open back up?
In about a month.
About a month. So okay. So you have men's clothing. You still need women's clothing?
Yes.
Okay. So you need women's clothing.
And we really our greatest need for women are small sizes, size 0 to 6, or plus sizes.
Okay.
So anyone that's a plus size 18 and above, we really would appreciate your items.
Okay. Plus size. Okay. All right. Great. All right. Anything else that I'm missing about the Jackets for Jobs? I want to share some other stuff.
Charles, you are excellent. You've done your homework. You've covered so many things. So you made this conversation so easy. So just like you said, we're just conversating about, the organization. So I love it. I don't think that you haven't missed. You've done your job. And I've enjoyed this interview and talking with you.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to make sure I highlight the other stuff you got going on.
Sure.
And in my research, you have a book that's still available on Amazon.
Yeah.
Called Gold. Not gold, Gold Digger.
Yeah, so let's talk about that.
Yeah.
So when I did the book, I wanted to make sure, and I always spell it out just like what you did, Miss Gold Digger, GOAL.
Right.
Because in the book, I talk about the difference from being a gold digger, GOAL, versus a gold, GOLD digger.
Okay.
So a gold digger is when you do things for yourself, by yourself to succeed. Whereas we know a gold digger, you're looking for someone else to do for you. And so I'm all about teaching women how to be independent and do things for yourself and not rely on someone else. And usually when you think of a gold digger, you're relying on a man or a sugar daddy or somebody else to advance your goals. And no, you can do it yourself. Women, we're entrepreneur. We can be entrepreneurs. We do so many things. So set goals for yourself and do it for yourself.
I like that. That's empowerment.
Yes.
That's perfect for Women's History Month.
True.
I can't help but think about this Kanye song, Gold Digger. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Kind of thinking about that.
And
this is totally opposite. Yeah, totally opposite.
And people have played that when I've had book signings
and
so you're right on track with what people are doing. Like they don't want based on that song. So I'm just trying to empower women, because you never know. My mother always taught me, and I'm sure most people and women have heard, God bless the child that has his own. Yeah. And so you want to be able to have your own and not have to rely on someone else.
All right. And we have on the screen now how people can follow Jackets for Jobs on Facebook. They can follow you on LinkedIn under Alison Vaughn. Also, you're on Instagram. So those the social media handles. I don't know if you're on TikTok or anything else like that.
This is enough right here. Social media will take up so much of your time.
It sure does. God. I remember we didn't have all this, but
you scroll and you look up. It's like, well, I spent a half hour after scrolling, or you're writing a post and then you're responding back to the people that do it, and it takes up so much time. So I can't do any more than those 3 right there.
Yeah. And I want to remind our audience, there's still some tickets left. You can go on Eventbrite or go to the website, jacketsforjobs.org.
Yes.
And you can get your ticket, while supplies last. And I mean, this is what the founder said. If you use the promo code Runway, you can get a discount.
There you
All
go.
right.
And that's for your viewers because you have a great audience there. So yes, they use the promo code Runway and they'll get a discount and they'll have a wonderful event.
Yes. All right. So as we land a plane, anything else any final words as we wrap things up?
No, but I like how you use the analogy land the plane since I come from that airline background.
Yeah.
So thank you for the airline analogy.
Yes.
Land the plane. So I always say Jackets for Jobs, we provide the life jacket for survival.
The life jacket for survival. I like that. I like that. Well, that wraps up our podcast, and we're a platform about celebrating the positive contributions that people are doing in Detroit. And we want to give people their flowers for the things that they're doing. And 25 years of touching lives. I mean, there's probably people that you might not even know of that you've blessed and helped empower them to make things better in life. And this is our way of celebrating you, sharing your story.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
And I want to, and I had permission, I want to, this is an event that, let's see, camera can get a close up here. I don't know if you want to share a little bit about that.
I'll be happy
I don't know if this is your husband.
My husband, Andre Smith, who is a photojournalist, has a hip hop exhibit at Wayne County Community College downtown campus. And that exhibit is running until April 30th. So they can stop by Wayne County Community College and see his exhibit, all the photographs that he's taken over the years on hip hop. And he has a section featured on Detroit hip hop, and then all over. So go check it out.
Yeah, so that's at the Wayne Community College downtown campus.
Right.
And it's now, when does it start? Is it already exhibiting?
It just started. Yes.
Started.
And so it goes into April 30th. So
April 30th.
About a month and a half to get in there and check it out.
And is there an admission fee? Is it?
It's free.
It's free.
His exhibit is free. And mine
ladies and
is
gentlemen, an easy date night or do a date day or whatever.
A date day. There you go.
You can go say, hey, let's go to the hip hop exhibit at Wayne County Community College. It's free. It runs on Saturdays, right?
Yes, exactly. Monday through Saturday.
Monday through Saturdays. Okay. All right. So make sure you guys check that out. I have permission to share that.
Thank you.
I like the tag team, husband and wife, doing things in the community.
There you go.
And so I want to check that out. Hopefully, I convince my friends to go this Saturday.
Yes, they'll enjoy it.
I don't want to change the whole thing, but what can we expect to see? Some of the pictures.
Everything from Mary J. Blige to the Fat Boys, Eminem, Cash Doll.
Cash Doll. Okay, he was recently on Club Shay Shay.
Yes.
And allegedly was dating Alliance. I don't know what those rumors were.
I've heard those rumors also. So they can see all the photographs.
Okay.
Salt and Pepper, they can see it all.
All right, so check out that. But don't forget to get your ticket for next Thursday, 25 years of the Jackets for Jobs. Yes.
It's gonna be wonderful. You don't want to miss it.
You don't want to miss it. Well, okay. Well, that wraps up our podcast.
My goodness. The time goes by so fast, doesn't it? It goes by fast. Well, when you have a good conversation, it goes by fast.
Yes. So we appreciate your time. So we'll be back next week with another Detroit Difference Maker. In the meantime, you guys stay blessed. Just please like, share, subscribe. And if you find value in what we're doing, please let other people know. My goal is to share just positive contributions, share about what people are doing and impacting our city. Hear stories you may not hear on legacy media, local media, some things of importance that can help give you positive information, encourage you, and inspire you. Well, that's it. I'm Charlie Plug with Detroit Metro Plug Podcast. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Hey, everyone. This is Charlie the Plug, your host of the Detroit Metro Plug Podcast, powered by Empower You Ventures. Don't forget to subscribe so you too can be a part of the biggest empowerment network on YouTube and Facebook. We bring you weekly interviews of Detroit difference makers in the area of entrepreneurship, community involvement, also reaction to business news and community news. This does not happen without your support. Thank you.